Welcome back again to Horizon SMP, and this is episode 4, so if you haven't watched episodes 1 to 3, then I would go watch them right now before you watch this one. But then, after that, definitely come back to watch this video. Last episode, I built the interiors of the 2 houses in my village so far, and I moved all of my items over here into these chests and sorted them all. And I really don't want to seem like an annoying YouTuber that's always asking you to subscribe, but I thought I'd ask you right at the start of this episode because I found out that it really does help. So if you would, please consider subscribing if you like my videos. In this video, I'm going to make a sugarcane farm and a gunpowder farm, and then use an auto crafter to turn it into rockets automatically. So pretty much, I'm making a rocket factory. But before I get started with this episode, there's something I need to admit. I did it again, you guys. I did trial chambers off camera. A lot of them. And here's the loot that I got. As you can see, it's some pretty good loot, and since they changed the rates of getting some certain items, I got 8 heavy cores in the trial chamber. I also got a bunch of emeralds and some diamonds, but the most important things are these 5 books. I think I got insanely lucky. I only did about 8 trial chambers, and I got 5 Windburst 1 books. And if you ask me, this is insanely lucky, as I'm pretty sure they only have about a 5% chance of dropping from an ominous vault. And as for the 8 heavy cores, I'm going to be selling most of them in a shop, but I might keep a couple for a spare mace if I ever lose it. But I think it's finally time that I add the Windburst enchantment on my mace. If I take 4 Windburst 1 books, I can combine 2 of them, make Windburst 2, and the other 2 to make another Windburst 2, and then combine both of them to make Windburst 3. Yes, this is officially the rarest enchantment in the game, and I have it. And now it's time to put it on my mace. There we go, yes! Windburst 3, let's go test it out. There's some zombies right here. Oh, yes! Oh, that is the best thing. Oh, wow. Oh, you can combo. Oh, yes. But this is so much fun. If I can actually hit the zombie. Oh. Oh, geez, I'm 1 heart. Whoops. And I even have 1 spare Windburst book, so maybe I'll have to sell this later too. Now about the creeper farm, I'm using a design by JC Plays. He makes Bedrock Edition tutorials. I just thought I should mention that, but now I need to go gather materials, and I'm going to do that in a quick montage. I promise, it'll be super fast. Alright, so I've got a slight problem. I gathered most of the resources that I'm going to need. Most of this stuff I just had the resources to make inside my storage system. But some of it I had to go gather like 18 stacks of trapdoors. This is a ton of wood. Remember last episode when I said we'd have enough wood to last us for a while? Yeah, not anymore. This used almost all of my spruce wood, plus I had to go gather a ton more. But the problem is, I have to gather a full shulker box full of slabs and almost 2 shulker boxes full of solid blocks. And I think the easiest for me to get would be cobblestone or stone. So I could go mine it all manually, which would take forever by hand. Or I could make a farm for it, which would probably be way quicker and easier. I think I'll take the second option. But to make a cobblestone farm, I'm going to have to make an alteration to my current skeleton farm, because I'm going to be building the cobblestone farm right here. But the problem with this skeleton farm is I'm have to AFK way up this staircase, because in Bedrock Edition, mob spawners don't spawn mobs unless you're within 16 blocks of it. And when I want to collect the XP, I come down here and collect it. But for this cobblestone farm, I'm going to have to be able to AFK up there and collect the XP at the same time. So to be able to do that, I'm going to have to move this entire contraption up a few blocks. So I'm just going to block off the skeleton drop chute for now. I'll just mine up this entire trident killer. Okay, I'm going to reconnect the hoppers all the way up to the trident killer. And let's see if I remember how to build this. I'm pretty sure it was something like this, with redstone torches on the pistons. Alright, now I can build the cobblestone farm right here. And I haven't really explained, the reason why I want to build the cobblestone farm here is so that I can mend my pickaxe while I'm mining the stone. So let me go gather some materials real quick for that, and I'll be right back. Alright, let's start building this thing. I think I'm going to make the storage for it right here. Now, I know I've built one of these before, so I'm just going to try my best to remember how to do it. Now, I think I'm supposed to place some blocks here. I think I can fill this all with water sources. I have a lava bucket. Let's see if I do this correctly. Place lava right there. You know what? I'm gonna look up a tutorial. Alright, so I actually just looked at a tutorial, and apparently I did it wrong. I need to scoop up my lava without dying in it. Okay, let's place the water and then get out of here. Get out of here. That's okay, that was a little scary. Is it actually getting cobblestone? Yes! Oh, I'm a genius. I can actually farm stone and cobblestone by switching which pickaxe I'm using. You know what? I'm happy with that. It works, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, so I blocked off the drop chute, and I now need to unblock that. Oh, this is not going well. Okay, get out. I just need to clear out the small quantity of skeletons. I just need to clear all the skeletons. What? Okay, they're dropping too fast. Okay, good news. It is actually fixing up my pickaxe. So I should just be able to AFK here for a little bit. Get all the stone that I need. And then I can finally build this creeper farm. Alright, I've just come back after AFKing for an hour or two. And as you can see, I'm pretty sure it's gone well because my inventory is full of cobblestone. I guess it can just bounce out sometimes and land in my inventory. But I've also noticed that my pickaxe has taken a bit of damage, so it might not be perfect. And eventually I think my pickaxe will break, but it works for short periods of time. So let's see how much cobblestone I have. Oh, yes. Okay. 1.5 chests full of it. Let me go grab some shulker boxes and we can fill them up with cobblestone. Alright, 3 entire shulker boxes full of cobblestone. That is going to last us a while. And I'm down to 6 rockets, and that's why we really need to get to work on this creeper farm. Finally, I have all the resources I will need to build the creeper farm. So, let's find a spot and get started building. And I think this ocean would be a really good spot to build it. Pretty sure I'm just supposed to pillar up right in the middle of the ocean until I get to a high enough spot that mobs won't spawn on the ground anywhere. This should definitely be high enough to build the farm, so let's start the build. Alright, the creeper farm is finished, and it took a very long time to do, but it's finally done, and it is working. I tested it out for a little bit, and creepers do actually spawn, and then they drop down this tube, and then the trident kills them. Oh, I think I heard one now, and yeah, there's some gunpowder in the chest. And the good thing about trident killers is that looting works with them, because technically since I threw the trident, it counts as a player kill. And this thing looks so imposing when you're flying into it. It's huge. But this gunpowder farm is actually only half of my plan for this episode, because I also need to build the huge sugarcane farm right next to it so that I can turn it into rockets. Let's go gather the materials for the sugarcane farm. It's pretty much just a bunch of pistons and observers and glass. Anyway, cue the gathering montage. Alright, here are all the resources I've gathered. Now, these 6 shulker boxes are all entirely full of cobblestone. I'm definitely not going to need this much for the farm, but it's good to have anyway for later. I've also gathered a full shulker of glass. There's probably going to be some things I forgot, but for now I'll just take this stuff over and start building. I don't have a tutorial for this one, so I guess I'll just build it right over here, and I'll do my best to make a design from what I know. And immediately I just remembered that I forgot the dirt that I need. That's what I need to plant the sugarcane on. Oh, speaking of sugarcane, I almost forgot the sugarcane too. Kind of the key ingredient. That would be pretty bad if I didn't have any. I'll just harvest this all from my old farm. I won't really need it anymore. Alright, the sugarcane farm is done, and I've just realized how small this looks compared to the creeper farm. Maybe in the future I'll have to expand that a little bit, but it should work perfectly fine for us right now. I've pretty much just replicated exactly what I built on the bottom up top. The next thing I need to do is connect the 2 of these together to craft the rockets somewhere in the middle here. And then I need to build a pretty big storage system for it somewhere. Alright, now I'm going to get working on building the auto crafter for the fireworks. I gathered some more materials to build it. I probably got a few too many as usual. The design I'm going to use for this is by Rex Stone on YouTube. So you can go check out the design if you want to build it yourself. I have to have 2 crafters with a hopper right there, then a comparator and another hopper. Then 2 more hoppers right here that I'm going to funnel the sugarcane and gunpowder into. Okay, now I need to put any item into this hopper, and that should create a clock that'll turn on the crafter once we have enough items. I need to disable some slots in the crafter. I have to get some gunpowder and sugarcane to put inside the crafter to make it work, so I'm going to AFK for a bit to get enough. Alright, I AFK'd for just a little bit, enough to get the items that the tutorial said to put into the crafters. I think that's just so that it doesn't craft the wrong item. And actually, before I connect them, I'm going to build this storage system, because I think it's going to start crafting rockets immediately. I'm going to lower this platform a little bit so I have enough space to build the storage. There we go, now it's connected. And I'll add another line of hoppers. Connecting the creeper farm, perfect. Hopefully that should start crafting rockets. Let's see. Yes! Oh, perfect. This is amazing. The gunpowder goes in here, the paper comes from here where it's crafted from the sugarcane, which is going from that farm into this crafter, being crafted into paper, going through this hopper into the crafter, and the gunpowder comes from the creeper farm, goes in here, and they both combine to craft the firework rockets. This is amazing. And it's just endless rockets, but I did notice a small problem with the farms. And that is that the creeper farm is about 2 to 3 times faster than the sugarcane farm. I guess that's a good problem to have, but at some point I'm going to have to make the sugarcane farm even bigger to equal the creeper farm. So what I think I'm going to do right now is I'm going to leave my character AFK right here overnight and see how many rockets I end up with. Alright, I just got back from AFKing overnight and the farm's broken. We've got a few problems like mobs spawning where they're not supposed to be. And if we look in the chest, you can see we actually have a decent amount of rockets, but we should have gotten way more than that. And for some reason, some rockets are also going into the top chest. I have no idea why that is, but the biggest problem is this lead right here. It broke the farm. So that means there's no paper in here, and it's just been filling up with gunpowder. Oh, this is a mess. So I'm assuming what happened is a wandering trader spawned somewhere in here. And oh, yep. There's a llama. You are the culprit. Where did you spawn? Am I gonna have to like spawn proof all of these observers? I might have to spawn proof all of this because wandering traders are going to keep spawning and breaking the farm. But we have another problem besides that, and that is this minecart hopper, for whatever reason, got stuck. Let's see if I can go push it out. I have no idea why this happened, but that also means we've been getting half the amount of sugarcane that we would have been getting. So then I believe if I swap out this and this, but there is some good news because I modified the design a little bit so that there's some overflow protection for the gunpowder, and luckily there's an entire chest full of gunpowder, but that's about it. I think I'm going to take all of this. And you may be wondering what I'm going to do with all of this stuff, and I think it's about time we build the next 2 buildings of my medieval village. That's right, I'm finally going to continue building my base. The first thing I'm going to build is a wizard's house right next to the red one, where I'm going to put my enchanting table and temporarily my nether portal. And next to that, I'm going to have a shop for explosives so I can sell all this gunpowder and rockets. So as always, first I'm going to have to go gather materials in a montage. Alright, I finally finished gathering all the materials I'm going to need to build the next 2 houses of my base. I've got loads of logs. Oh my goodness, wait, there's a bunch of zombies. I think before I get started building my base, I'm going to have to light this place up because there are so many mobs. The amount of times my house has been blown up by creepers is absurd. Anyway, I got a ton more logs. One of the buildings I'm going to make is almost entirely made out of logs and wood. I also have almost a shulker box full of glass because I didn't use as much as I thought I would on the sugarcane farm, and some other random resources. I'm just waiting for a little bit of copper to oxidize, and then we can start building the base. Oh my, yep, I'm lighting this up first. And let's just place torches everywhere where mobs could spawn. Pillagers! Oh my, where are the rest of you? Okay, hopefully that will stop mobs from spawning for a very long time, and hopefully I won't get blown up every time I leave my house. So now that I have all the resources gathered up, let's get building. No! I just lit up this area so this does not happen! Where did that spawn? Oh my goodness. I was just AFKing for the copper to oxidize a little bit. That scared the life out of me. Oh, there are mobs spawning under the house. But where did the creeper spawn? Oh. Seriously, I just lit this all up so this exact thing does not happen anymore. I think it's finally time that we start building the base. Let's go. Okay guys, the builds are finally complete after a super long time. I finished the wizard's house and the wooden rocket shop. Now you might be wondering why this rocket shop is made out of wood, and the story behind that is pretty funny. So the story that I came up with for this rocket shop is that it was once a wood shop, but then the owner decided to sell it, and the new owner turned it into a firework, rocket, and explosive shop. So that's why it looks all broken down, because the fireworks and rockets have blown out all the glass and caught the building on fire so many times, and the new owner just hasn't bothered to fix it very much. And this wizard house, I am super happy with how this came out. There's a little tower over here on the right. When I was done building, it kind of ended up feeling a little Disney-ish, but I'm super happy with that. And you can actually see that I did detail the back of the wizard house a little bit, and the reason that I didn't detail the back of this wooden shop is because the road is actually going to turn this way, and there's going to be houses now along here instead, and the road's going to go right through there. And then there will be houses on that side of the road too, and it's going to branch off that way and that way as well. And then in the center, we're going to have like a village square where there's a bunch of markets and a fountain and stuff. So altogether, I'm super happy the way these turned out, but I still have not done the interior at all, as you can see. It's just a massive empty space. So the way I'm going to do the interior is I'm just going to step out here, close the doors, and then I open it again. You can actually see that I've finished the interior. And I've tried to make it as magical as I can. I've added this big green thing that I'm going to try and get some LAs into later, and I've added this little desk with some potions in it and a candle. And over here is where I'm going to attempt to get a charged creeper. I've added some cool glowing runes in the back. And if I come upstairs, you can see that this is where my nether portal is, and I've tried to make it look like it's infecting the house, kind of. I've also added a ton of magical floating candles like in Harry Potter. And over here you can see a wall of bookshelves, and if I come this way you can see that I've built one of those sliding bookshelf ladder things. And in here I have my enchanting table and a grindstone hidden in the bookshelves. Well, not really hidden, but it's in the bookshelves. The next thing I need to do is finish the interior for the wood shop. Oh no, there's a creeper. Oh, thank goodness, I thought it was about to explode. Okay, there we go. There's a block missing. So what I think I'll do for this one is get some magic sand that I happen to have in my inventory, and I'll just cover up the entrance right here. And then if I remove the sand, you can see that the interior is actually complete, and it looks super good. I've kept it completely wooden like the outside is, and there's all the chests for the storage of the items that are going to be sold in here. We got rockets, boxes of rockets, TNT, and gunpowder. And there's one little flaw about this shop. You may have spotted it, but there's a lot of TNT placed in here. So it would be very, 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 very bad if a creeper got in here and blew up. So that's why I need to absolutely make sure that every bit of my build is lit up. And also, my sword has fire aspect, and I don't know if you know this about Bedrock Edition, but if you right click a piece of TNT with a fire aspect item, even an enchanted book, it will light it and the TNT will explode. So that's why I'm going to have to be extremely careful not to misclick and not hold my sword around this TNT. One wrong move could completely destroy this entire building, so I'm going to have to put up some signs saying no fire allowed. I'll also put some doors right here because right now there's nothing stopping a creeper from just walking in here. Okay, there we go. Absolutely no fire beyond this point for any reason. Now let's make both of these signs glowing and red so that everyone can read it super well and there's no confusion. And I'll put a barrel here with a sign saying deposit any fire aspect / flame weapons, flint and steel, TNT activating devices, etc. in this barrel before entering. I really just want to make absolutely sure that nothing can cause that TNT to explode. However, since I'm so worried about this blowing up, I want to play a little prank on whoever comes into this shop next. So I have this creeper head that I got during a thunderstorm one time, and if you don't know, if you play a creeper head on top of a note block, it sounds like this. It sounds exactly like a creeper about to explode. So I think I can play a prank on people with this. I just need a skulk sensor. I also need an amethyst, but I don't have any shards, so I'm going to have to go find an amethyst geode. Oh, I actually found one. Okay, perfect. Okay, these are exactly what I need. How much did I get from Fortune? 12 just from using fortune. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take a few of these. You never know when you'll need them. So now I can craft this into a calibrated skulk sensor. And now if I dig down somewhere right about here. So now if I run a redstone signal into this thing, that should be redstone signal 15. That should be 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So now there's a signal strength of 9 running into this calibrated skulk sensor. So let me go test this real quick. If I open this chest, it does detect it. I heard the little wobble of the thing. Okay, how about that? That surely works, right? That totally works. Oh, that is perfect. Okay, pretend I'm a customer. I'm coming into the store trying to buy some rockets. And there's a big pile of TNT right here. Could be easily exploded. Go purchase some rockets from this chest. Close the chest. And there's a creeper sound. Now the next thing I need to do is get the things that are going to go in these cages. Now the first one I already have on hand. It is an alley, and Crystal King actually gave me an alley for free, which is really nice of him. So I'll be able to duplicate that by playing music to it and giving it an amethyst. And the next thing, I need a charged creeper in here. Now that is going to be pretty difficult to do. Wait, it's a thunderstorm right now. I can't even make this up. Oh my gosh. The trident. No way. Oh, okay. I can't even make this up. I was literally just talking about a charged creeper. And then there's a thunderstorm. I hear a creeper. What do we name it? Think of a name quick. Gerald. We'll call it Gerald. Gerald the charged creeper. My anvil broke. Don't have time to worry about that. There it is. Okay, get a boat. I can trap it in a boat. I can craft one here. Come here, creeper. Come here, Gerald. Boat. Place a boat. Yes. No! My trident's too powerful. Creeper anywhere. Creeper. Any creeper at all. That's a creeper. We got it charged. Okay. I can get this in a boat. Yes. Name tag it. No! I need a new name tag quick. My anvil broke. This is the worst. Bad timing. Gerald. Again. I need a new creeper quickly. Let's name tag him first. Are you kidding me? I need a new name tag. I don't have many name tags. Third time's the charm. Gerald, spelled with a G this time. Where is a creeper? Why are there no creepers? Is it not nighttime? Wait. No, the thunderstorm is gone! No! Okay, guess I'm gonna wait for another thunderstorm. So, I have some bad news. For the next part of the video, my voice did actually not record for some reason. I have no idea why this is, but for some reason it just didn't record my voice in any of the next clips. So I'm just going to do my best to commentate what happened, because there was kind of a lot of stuff. First, I stocked up the rocket shop with a bunch of rockets that I got from AFKing at the farm a few nights. Also, off camera, I went and mined a ton of sand so I can turn it into TNT and put it in the shop. I made a crafting machine to do it for me, but in the end it took way too long, so I just crafted most of it myself. Then I decided on prices for all the items in my shop. After that, I moved the alley into its tube with great difficulty and duplicated it with some music and an amethyst. Then I needed to get the 2 plants that will go in these pots by my window, so I went into the nether to get the first one. I also got mega distracted by finding a nether fortress and killing a wither skeleton, and I actually got a wither skeleton skull. Then I got distracted again by a bastion that had a load of gold in it. But I ended up finding the warped root thing that I needed in the warped forest, and I headed back to put it in a pot. The flower that I needed for the other pot was a torch flower, so I crafted a brush and headed out to a warm ocean so I could see if I could find a sniffer egg in one of the ruins. I kept getting pretty bad loot, so I flew away and found some more ones, but they all were giving me pretty much nothing good. Until I found this ocean ruin, and this one immediately got me a sniffer egg. But not only that, immediately after I found that one, I found another one in another piece of suspicious sand, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. In the end, I ended up with about 6 sniffer eggs, which is super good. I made a little area for them to hatch, and I put them on moss so they hatch faster, and eventually they did crack out of their eggs, and then I had to wait for them to grow up. That took a while. And then I had to wait for them to sniff up some seeds, and that took a long time. Eventually, one started to dig in the ground, and it pulled up a seed, but it was the wrong one. Then one of them started digging again, and it was the wrong one again, but then I randomly picked up a torch flower seed. One must have dug it up when I wasn't looking. And this clip here is me saying I'm gonna wait for a thunderstorm, and little did I know how long I would have to wait. I have been waiting for a thunderstorm for so long, and I have not got one yet. I even made a machine that alerts me when there's a thunderstorm, because when lightning strikes this lightning rod, it powers this dropper and puts an item into this barrel, which then pushes out this piston and starts a redstone clock, which powers this bell a ton. It's super loud and annoying. If there was a thunderstorm, I would have known immediately. And also, over here, I've trapped a ton of creepers in boats, all name tagged Gerald. In case there's a thunderstorm, I'm going to use this trident, which does not have impaling on it, so it won't kill the creepers immediately, hopefully. And I can have 5 different chances to get a charged creeper into my house. But now, seriously, I am completely out of time to wait for a thunderstorm. Like, I have to post this video today as I'm filming this. So I seriously cannot even wait anymore if I wanted to. There's no way. Wait, okay, it's raining right now. If this is a thunderstorm, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, it's not a thunder. That would have been the most perfect timing ever if it was a thunderstorm. Anyway, as I said, I'm already out of time for this video, and it's already been way longer than usual, so I'm gonna have to end it right here. It might be a few weeks until I post the 5th episode, because there's a lot I'm planning to do in that video, and I'm going camping for a week. So I guess I'll just stay here and wait for a thunderstorm. I'm sure one will happen eventually, but not yet. Anyway, that's all for this video. I know I had some technical difficulties. It was kind of unavoidable. I have no idea why the audio didn't record. It's happened before, and I just have to kind of work with it. So, I hope that was okay. But for now, thank you all for watching, and if you liked the video, then please consider subscribing, because it helps me out so much. Goodbye.